Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And hello everyone. My name is Abdul Karim alias from University Science Malaysia. Welcome to this video series on the topic of engaging learners in online session. This is the module. You can find the link to the module in the video's description below. This is part 6. In part 5, I have explained about this community of inquiry theoretical framework for engaging online learners. The whole module of engaging learners in online session is about how do we design our online course, whether it's for asynchronous or synchronous session, live synchronous session, how to make it very engaging, how to get the students very engaged, very involved, and to give them the best learning experience in our online course. And to do that, there are several models which we can use. And one of the very popular and very established model is called community of inquiry. And this consists of 3 elements: social presence, cognitive presence, and teaching presence. So there are 3 types of presences. So if we have these 3 elements integrated together in our learning design, in our online course learning design, then we should be able to design the best educational learning experience for our students for our online course. So in this video, I would like to focus on social presence. Then in other videos, I will go through the other type of presences here. So first, social presence. What's the meaning of social presence? First of all, let's look at the meaning of social itself. So if we look at the definition, the dictionary definition here from Google here, social is relating to society or its organization. So similar words, communal, community, community-based, collective, group, needing companionship, and therefore best suited to living in communities. An informal social gathering, especially one organized by the members of a particular club or group. So that's basically the meaning of social. So in any online course, social presence is very important. It's all about, all the students or all the members of the online course basically will form a group of people, and a group of people is basically a community. So what we want to have, all the students in our course would form a community, and as other type of communities, in any community there's usually we expect there will be a leader, a community leader, and there could be one big leader, and there will be several leaders. We will have groups, several groups in a community, and each group will have its own leader. And in community, we would expect members, to have a communication. They will have interaction with each other. They will talk to each other. They will communicate. They will work with each other. So, therefore, it's very important when we design our online course. We want to foster, we want to create, we want to encourage this sense of community, so that every member can relate themselves to the community. Every member, will feel self-belonging to the community, to the group. So when we have all these elements, we will create a very conducive, very vibrant community, and therefore it's very easy for us to get them to learn together, to get them to collaborate, to work together in any assignment, any activity that we want them to do. So that's basically the idea of social presence. So in this diagram, this is basically an interactive diagram. If you want to learn more, so there's basically the definition of social presence. which basically the ability of participants to identify with the community, communicate purposefully in a trusting environment. So they feel safe in the environment. They are able to communicate with each other. Develop interpersonal relationship by way of projecting their individual personalities. Learners want to get to know their instructors as people, in addition to their roles as mentors and content experts. Online students require the social presence of the instructor and other students to feel part of the online learning community and reduce feeling isolated and build trust and community. Remember, in online course, students are everywhere. They could be in the room, in anywhere, in the country. They could be even so they sometimes there's a feeling of isolation because they don't see people or students in their class, just like in the face-to-face class. That's why the social presence would require them, at least to see their fellow students virtually through the webcam, through the conversation, through the communication in the course, which can happen asynchronously, meaning that uh, they can communicate at different time, and the teacher might not be there, or it can happen also during synchronous session or live session. So you can see there are some tips of how you can create the elements of social presence in your online course. For example, create a discussion forum where you introduce yourself, provide some personal information that may include a picture, and ask the other class participants to provide similar materials to the extent that they feel comfortable doing so. Address class participants in a discussion by name. I think students will like the professor or the teacher or the lecturer to call their name, their first name. They feel that kind of friendly, the friendly kind of conversation among friends. Include personal information that you feel comfortable sharing, like your hobbies, work experience, family, pets. So we want to show the other side of us as the teacher of the course. Knowing a little bit more about your family, about what's your hobbies, and so on, to show the human side. This is the part of humanizing aspect of online course. Create a water cooler. What is water cooler? Water cooler forum where participants can discuss topics not related to the course material, but instead may regularly post personal or anecdotal information. So we want to create a space where students can have informal conversation beyond what the formal learning material, like a coffee room where they can come together in a common room, have coffee or have tea, and have a chat. Chatting on other things beyond outside the course material. Personalize, try to use humor, use smiley and so on to show your emotion. Personalized course introduction and announcement with audio or video when possible. You can make a quick video. Hello everyone. uh, you know um, um, so just have a quick kind of instruction or conversation, like 1 minute video or 30 minutes 30-second video that will do. Using application like Loom can be done very easily. A strong social presence builds a climate of trust and environment of comfort and safe risk-taking. This foundation makes the learners ready for your teaching presence and cognitive presence. So let me show you some example. You can explore some of the elements mentioned here in the tips and also in the definition. In this module here, if you go to this menu, establishing connection, because it's very important to establish connection. For example, you want to start the first session with ice breaking. So how do you design an ice breaking online? So there's some example here: making connection, ice breaking. So I've given you the link to my course, Engaging Online Learners, here, and the two other courses: design a world-class course and facilitating for success. Let's look at pick up some ideas how these three courses uh, design the social presence. For example, this is my course here, engaging online learners. So begin with hello here in this page. So I introduce myself in a very informal way. Hello there, I'm Karim. Nice to meet you here. And then I have some graphics to spice up the page. I created this in Canva application. Say hello, get involved in interesting conversation, ask questions, and have fun. Give them the encouragement. And then maybe first thing, ask them to set up their profile, upload their picture, um, and maybe they can also do a video introduction, 90 seconds video introduction using application like Flipgrid here. So 90 seconds will do. Ask them to introduce themselves and what are the things you want them to say very briefly. And in my course here, I also ask them to create a student ID using this free tool here. So they can click here and create their own ID. And these are example here, as you can see. It's a very fun way of introduce themselves, and they can upload in the space that you provide in your course, and they can say more about themselves. Alternatively, you can use application like Padlet here, and you start to introduce yourself first, as an example, and then ask them to upload their picture and do the introduction. As you can see here, my students really take their time and effort to introduce themselves, say a little bit of them about themselves, where they are from, their hobbies, why they take the course, and things like that. If you see this course, facilitating for success here, and you can see how they get the students or the participant to introduce themselves. So you can pick up some ideas from this course. And in this course, design a world-class course. Very interesting way of getting the students to do the ice breaking, say hello and play the where in the world are you game. Very interesting. Student will upload a picture of their hometown, a special landscape, and ask the fellow students to guess where they are from. Very nice, very interesting way of doing the ice breaking and get the students to talk to each other and start to create that connection with each other. Okay, so these are some examples. So let me quickly talk about social presence. I have a few slides here. So basically, to create social presence in our online course is basically to create a sense of community. Can we build something that can effectively support social presence and community in an online environment? So first of all, I think we need to communicate our expectation very clearly to the students so that they know what to expect. What do we expect from them? So for example, in my course here, I write quite a long introduction and explain my expectation very clearly, and I try to give them a motivation and inspire them and tell them exactly what do I expect from them, how I want them to communicate, how I want them to participate, and everything here. So this is made very clear, and maybe you can also ask the students to share their expectation of the course. And very important as part of social presence, to establish your virtual presence. You want the students to feel that you are there, so how to do this? For example, many ways. For example, when the students share something, a resource, a material. So you can go through and see what they have shared and maybe give some feedback, or at least you can say a short sentence like this: yes, good reading. This actually would, although a short kind of remark here, it really would, motivate the students and they will feel appreciated, and create a supportive online course community. How do we do that? For example, here, this student, he is a very active student, and I create an infographic. I get a picture from them, Then I create an infographic using iPad app in this case, then upload to the group, Facebook group for the course. Then I say, well done, Imam. Your hard work and dedication is very impressive. And then, and the students would be very happy, because they feel appreciated, because they know that you know about what they are doing, and you appreciate and you acknowledge them. And then you see the students, other students will see this, and oh wow, this is good, and the instructor is giving the appreciation to the students, and the student also give positive words and encouragement also to their clique here. Another example here, you know, Brian Lim, Student of the Month. Congratulations and kudos to Brian for consistently being very active student. Always give his best in his work. Continue to show your dedication. Learning is fun. So this is a kind of instant gratification for the student as well, and they feel appreciated, and they know that you are monitoring and you are observing what the students are doing, who are active, who are not very active, who are just lurkers. So this actually would create a very vibrant environment in the course, and this is where you can kind of motivate the students to do more. You encourage them, and this would create engagement. And you can create small group like this, and you are members of each group. You can go into the group to see what they are doing, what they are discussing. You can do some intervention if necessary. You can interject, and in this way the student would always feel that you are there, your virtual presence are there, although you are not there all the time, but you are there basically. And this is an example of the discussion here. Okay, so that's basically the essence of what social presence is about. And I hope you have got some idea. And if you want to, explore further, by all means. But in this video, I have deliberated on social presence, which basically, to engage the students through the social interaction, supporting discourse, and setting the conducive climate or the conducive environment for the students to really enjoy the experience in the course. Okay, so I'll see you in another video to talk about cognitive presence and teaching presence. See you.